My name is Melissa Dunn. I am a painter. I'm from Memphis, born and raised in Memphis. The painting that I have in present tense is called Pro Nonlinear. It's a small piece that I did about 9 or 10 years ago. I was actually really surprised when John Whedon, the curator, asked me to get that piece for the show. He wanted that particular piece for the show because that was, it was just 10 years ago. It was off my radar. I haven't thought about it much. A good friend of mine bought the piece, so it was in her home, and it was just one of those paintings that after 10 years of making paintings, I haven't really thought about. But then I started looking at it again and thinking about it, and I realized that that painting was an important painting in the arc of my art and in my process, because it was one of the first pieces that I did abstractly. I had been painting sort of representationally expressive, kind of, Jean-Michel Basquiat type paintings. And I just realized that what was really interesting in my paintings wasn't the imagery that was sort of tacked on in the front, but all of the things that were going on behind that. And I'd always loved abstraction, so I made a clear cut in 2003 and said, I'm going to spend a year or two thinking about abstraction. Well, I'm still thinking about abstraction, and I may think about it for the rest of my life, I don't know. But that was also a time when I did this painting, was when I think I really started to think of myself as an artist, because I started taking ownership of the content more and being very serious about what it is I was trying to say. I'd had people tell me, oh, your work has a folk quality to it. And that wasn't anything I was trying to evoke. So that wasn't the viewer's fault for thinking it was folky. It was my fault for what I was putting out there in the world for people to see. So Pro Nonlinear is a painting where I set up certain parameters for myself as a painter where I was trying to say something very specifically. And with that piece, one thing I wanted to say is what would it be like if I painted squares, free-handed, a grid across the very front of the picture plane in pink with nothing else? And those were my parameters. And that seemed like narrowing my parameters down like that was so liberating, because I was able to take a few design elements, a few aspects of art, line, shape, in pink with nothing else. And those were my parameters. And that seemed like narrowing my parameters down like that was so liberating, because I was able to take a few design elements, a few aspects of art, line, shape, composition, and do a whole painting just based on a few elements. And that, for me, pink squares along the front of a picture plane is enough. I didn't need more. And Pro Nonlinear is just a sort of nod to that, because I did do it freehand. It's not perfect. There is a human hand in it. And I'm really happy to be a part of this show, and I'm very, it's being able to make art in Memphis in a community with a certain vibration around me of all of these different people making art at the same time with me has definitely influenced my work as well.